High above the battlefield, inside the cockpit of his P-51 Mustang, Captain Reynolds scans the sky. His gaze flickers to the right, spotting an enemy ground attack plane below. The scene outside his canopy is one of chaos as bombs rain down on American armor. With determination, Reynolds dives towards the enemy, his Mustang cutting through the air like a falcon swooping in for the kill. He lines up his sights and unleashes a barrage of gunfire upon the attack plane's wing, scoring hits, but not enough to bring it down. Undeterred, Reynolds pulls his Mustang into a steep climb, preparing for another attack. Descending once more, he opens fire again, causing severe damage to the enemy plane, yet it refuses to go down. Suddenly, Reynolds spots a new threat, a lone enemy fighter closing in from above. With lightning-fast reflexes, he maneuvers his Mustang, ready to face the challenge head-on. Captain Reynolds' eyes widen as he spots the enemy fighter closing in on a friendly pilot. With a surge of determination, he maneuvers his Mustang behind the enemy, his finger poised over the trigger. In a burst of fire and smoke, Reynolds unleashes a torrent of bullets upon the enemy plane, setting it ablaze with a roar of flames. But to his amazement, the enemy pilot refuses to go down without a fight, attempting to turn the tables on him. Undeterred, Reynolds climbs higher, preparing for another attack. The scene takes a sudden turn. The friendly pilot, attempting a daring gun run on the Japanese fighter, misses his mark, leaving himself vulnerable to attack. Reynolds swoops in, firing another salvo from his guns, forcing the enemy fighter to break off its pursuit. But the enemy is relentless, still hot on the heels of the Allied plane. Determined to protect his comrade, Reynolds presses on, firing a third time on the enemy. Though the plane doesn't fall immediately, Reynolds knows it's only a matter of time before it succumbs to the damage. With a nod of satisfaction, Reynolds turns his attention elsewhere, knowing that the battle is far from over. With enemies still lurking in the skies, he's ready to continue the fight to defend his allies and secure victory for the Allied forces. High above the tumult of battle, Captain Reynolds spots another skirmish unfolding before him. With a steely resolve, he pushes his Mustang's engine to the maximum, the roar of the aircraft's power plant drowning out the chaos around him. Zeroing in on his target, Reynolds lines up his sights and unleashes a burst of gunfire, scoring a direct hit on the enemy plane. But the foe doesn't go down without a fight, attempting to flee the scene. Reynolds and an Allied fighter, however, are relentless in their pursuit. They close in on the enemy, who has joined forces with another adversary. Seeing an opportunity, Reynolds capitalizes on the moment, focusing his fire on the damaged plane. But as he moves to engage the second enemy, disaster strikes. Before he can gather his bearings, a voice crackles over the radio, warning of 2 Japanese fighters closing in fast. Reynolds realizes he has no chance of prevailing against 2 enemy planes in a damaged Mustang. However, he recognizes a slim chance to escape by executing a steep dive. Emerging from the dizzying dive, Reynolds fights against the G-forces threatening to overwhelm him. With a sense of relief, he checks behind him, only to find that the enemy has chosen not to pursue. Taking a moment to catch his breath, Reynolds reflects on the events of the day. Was it luck that spared him from certain death, or was it skill honed through countless hours of training and combat? He can't say for sure, but one thing is certain. Amidst the chaos of battle, he has once again lost brothers in arms. The weight of their sacrifice hangs heavy on his heart as he contemplates the uncertain future that lies ahead. Despite the doubts and fears that gnaw at him, Reynolds finds solace in the knowledge that the cause for which they fight is just. With determination etched into his every fiber, he resolves to press on, to continue the fight for freedom and justice, no matter the cost.